The Pixel 11 series is expected to make its debut in August, and the truth is, Google doesn't have to completely reinvent the Pixel this time around. The software experience is already one of the best you can get. The cameras remain among the strongest in the smartphone world, and Google's AI features still lead the way when it comes to smart, useful functionality. But despite all of those strengths, there are still a handful of long-standing complaints that Pixel users keep bringing up year after year. If Google can finally fix these 5 things, it could put many of those debates to bed once and for all. Let's begin with performance, because this has arguably become the biggest question surrounding every new Pixel release. To Google's credit, the Tensor chip probably receives more criticism than it deserves. For everyday use, Pixel phones are plenty fast. Browsing the web, opening apps, scrolling through social media, streaming videos, taking pictures, none of that is an issue for the average user. The real concern only shows up when you put it next to other flagship phones that sell for roughly the same price. Over the past several generations, Tensor processors have consistently fallen behind Qualcomm's top-tier Snapdragon chips, particularly in demanding games and longer sustained workloads. As temperatures rise, performance usually drops even further because the chip has to throttle itself to avoid overheating. That's been one of the biggest pain points for Pixel fans. Every year, Google talks about improvements, and somehow the discussion always circles back to heat, power efficiency, and benchmark numbers. This year, though, there's genuine reason to be hopeful. Unlike previous Tensor chips that were built by Samsung, the upcoming Tensor G6 is expected to be manufactured by TSMC using its advanced 2nm process. That's the same chipmaker behind Apple's A-series processors and Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon flagship chips. That matters because TSMC has consistently proven it can deliver better efficiency and improved thermal performance. Of course, switching manufacturers alone isn't a magic fix. Google still has to design a great chip. But if there was ever a chance for Tensor to make a noticeable leap forward, this certainly feels like it. The second area is battery life, or more accurately, battery reliability. Ask enough Pixel owners what frustrates them most, and many won't tell you the battery is outright bad. They'll tell you it's inconsistent. Some days the phone easily lasts until night, while on other days the battery drains much faster even though they're using it in exactly the same way. Software updates haven't really helped that reputation either. Over the years, Pixel users have repeatedly experienced unexpected battery drain after certain updates. Google usually rolls out fixes eventually, but by then, many people have already lost confidence, wondering whether the next update will improve their phone or create another problem. This time, Google needs to get it right from day one. The third issue is video recording. This is one area where Google's reputation hasn't quite kept pace with the competition. When it comes to photography, Pixel phones are still among the very best. Google's image processing continues to produce excellent results, and that's still one of the biggest reasons people choose a Pixel. But smartphones today aren't judged by still photos alone. Video has become just as important. Whether you're uploading to YouTube, creating TikTok videos, or simply capturing moments with family and friends, good video quality matters more than ever. While Google has made impressive progress over the years, Apple is still widely seen as the benchmark for smartphone video recording. That's not a position Google should be happy with, especially considering how heavily it promotes its camera system. Fourth is storage. It might not sound as important as performance or cameras, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to overlook. Google is leaning harder into AI than almost any other smartphone brand, and those AI features take up storage. At the same time, people are shooting higher resolution videos, apps keep getting larger, and mobile games continue to demand more space than ever before. Yet the Pixel 10 Pro still started with just 128 gigabytes of storage. That may have been acceptable a few years ago, but today it's becoming much harder to defend, especially on a premium flagship. And finally, there's value. This is really the point that brings everything else together. A few years ago, buying a Pixel felt like getting a bargain. You received Google's best software experience and excellent cameras without paying the highest flagship prices. Today, that's no longer true. Google's premium Pixel models are priced right alongside Samsung and Apple, and that completely changes how people evaluate them. When a phone costs flagship money, consumers don't compare it to older Pixels anymore. They compare it directly with every other flagship in the same price range. They look at performance, battery life, cameras, storage, and the overall experience as a whole. The encouraging part for Google is that the foundation is already in place. The Pixel 11 doesn't need to redefine what a Pixel phone is. It simply needs to show that the hardware has finally caught up with the excellent software experience Google has already built. With that said, don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button for more daily tech updates, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.